Raccoon.
It's the last Saturday of the month, so it's time for another Digging Up Positivity. This month's episode is jam-packed with conventions that raised a lot for charity, good news on Twitch, wonderful animations, Zootopia, and the return of a mysterious old friend. And this month's spotlight will be of an artist from Poland. Let's kick off this episode with Anthro Crossroads East, a convention in the USA with 282 attendees. But together they managed to raise $3,360.70 for Second Chance, the oldest no-kill rescue organization in Wake County, North Carolina. They are making sure that our fluffy friends are getting a second chance to find a loving home. Keep up the amazing work. Also, we would like to thank the critters from Painted Desert Furcon in the USA for raising $10,000 for Retired Paws, an organization devoted to look after the retired canine heroes of US law enforcement. Usually these brave dogs are getting adopted by a loving family or their former handlers, but living a dangerous and intensive life, they also do need extra care. This organization makes sure to assist where possible to make sure their new home is able to do so. The furry fandom is a big place, and so much awesome things happen that deserve a place in the limelight. Haven Husky thought so as well and started Good Fur News. He put his experience as a Twitch streamer to use and is now interviewing furries in his virtual studio on Twitch. I was honored to be a part of his show a few weeks ago. After an interview we had some fun with the Jack in the Box games. It was an amazing experience and I really recommend checking out both the Good Fur News and the Haven Husky channel on Twitch. During February, there's one day that should bring us all closer. Valentine's Day. And with that, I would like to tell of Brush, a short animation about a fox who loves to paint with his tail. His neighbor is a lovely vixen that makes the best cookies. And he wants to show off some of his art. But just like with many artists out there, there's always a bit of an inner fight to show your art to others. You can see this adorable animation Brush linked in the description. Up next is a lovely couple, a cat and a dog, who have a lovely dream. A dream of starting a bakery. But just like with any dream, they do not come easily. The road towards that fabled bakery is filled with obstacles, and it looks like with every hiccup, every bump, not only their dream, but their connection becomes more distant. How will they solve this? I highly recommend watching this 18-minute animation all the way. It truly managed to touch my heart, and this animation should receive all the love it can get. Do check out the full animation linked in the description. Not every couple has a happy ending. Sometimes it is just not meant to be. Things go wrong and perhaps our once beloved one does things that are not heartwarming at all, leaving you out there in the cold. For these people, last Valentine's Day, the El Paso Zoo in Texas, USA had a fitting solution with their event Quit Bugging Me. You could name a cockroach after your ex and have it fed to a meerkat on Valentine's Day. This way the meerkats have their juicy grubs and you have that satisfactory feeling of your ex being eaten by giant meerkats. Whew, things are getting chilly in here, but nowhere as chilly as the northern part of the US. The polar vortex has been truly wreaking havoc. One of the groups most affected by these terrible conditions are the homeless. And a group of 70 people found themselves in a very bad situation in downtown Chicago when a propane tank exploded in their camp. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but thanks to this, the police confiscated 100 other tanks, leaving them without a source of heat. The Salvation Army was making an arrangement establishment to house these 17 unfortunate souls when they received a phone call that it was taken care of. Somebody was paying for a hotel. While, of course, not a permanent solution, these acts of kindness surely make me feel warm inside. The identity of the kind soul remains a mystery, but wherever you are, thank you kindly for doing this. People like you are making this world a better and warmer place. One thing I remember from my childhood during these cold times is having to gather firewood. Even at one point on a convention I attended, I had to spend a good hour of chucking wood before I had enough to make sure I could get a nice warm bath. So imagine how much wood you'll need to get through the winter. Adler the eagle sure knows, and he made an animation about his childhood experience, and it leads to a heartwarming conclusion. Link in the description below. Zootopia is one of the Disney movies of the recent years that really managed to capture my heart, and with that, the hearts of many, many others. And not just because of Emmett Otterton. So with much joy I found out they're planning a Zootopia expansion for Disneyland Shanghai. Guests will be invited to experience the city of Zootopia in all its glory, where anyone can be anything. In the first Zootopia themed land of any of the Disney resorts worldwide. There will be a new attraction in Zootopia with the newest state-of-the-art storytelling methods featuring our heroes Nick and Judy. I personally think this might become a spiritual successor to the way they tell the story of Ratatouille in Disneyland Paris. This combined with the already superb world building they've done in Zootopia, I can hardly contain my excitement. They expect to start the construction of Zootopia later this year, and boy am I sure that a lot of people will be following this ever so close. Speaking of intelligent animals who want to walk on two legs, the trailer of the passion project Mosley came out last month. The animation follows our four-legged Toreophant who has to survive as a farm slave. In a desperate attempt to escape this cruel lifestyle, he ventures off to the land of Canisareth, with the belief that bipedal Toreophants still exist. This project has been in the work for 20 years and is a co-production between the New Zealand Hoo-Hoo Studios and China Film Animation. And it has not been possible if it wasn't for Kirby Atkins, who has written, directed and storyboarded this by himself. To many, Rocket Raccoon is one of the most beloved characters of Guardians of the Galaxy. But who was the inspiration for people that created the design of Rocket? That would be Oreo the raccoon. Unfortunately, our masked friend passed away this month after a short illness. I would like to thank their caregivers and of course Oreo for making such a huge impact on our lives. A British wildlife photographer has become the first person in over 100 years to photograph an extremely rare black leopard. Coincidentally, researchers from the conservative research of San Diego Zoo were also at the location studying the same leopard. The majestic animal has been the stuff of legends for decades. The animal has a black coat as a result from melanism, an extremely rare condition which is the exact opposite of albinism. You can find the website of the photographer on www.buradlucas.com, link in the description below. This month's featured artist is from Poland, Ritka. She is a digital and traditional artist and animates as well. Her style is often a mix between realistic and a bit more toony with some tribalistic influences. Often she puts her love and emotion in it, and it shows. It is certain a feel that is unique to her, and I really recommend to check out her gallery. I have provided links to her various places on the internet below. Do check her out. It is amazing work. Thank you kindly for watching this month's Taking Up Positivity, and a special thanks go out to my sponsors at Subscribestar: Falco, Hanzana, Kitako, Taross and Score Chaser. You guys make a lot of difference. As for the wonderful comments on my videos, I read them all and I try to respond accordingly. See you guys all again on March 30th. Much love and stay awesome.